A couple of weeks ago, Google announced that they were starting to experiment with a totally new search experience. And this is what it looked like in their announcement. So as we can see, there's a massive chunk of real estate that has just been taken by Google's new search experiment called SGE. This stands for Search Generative Experience, and it's currently powered by a variety of LLMs, similar to Bard. But it has been fine-tuned for search to generate answers and identify the best results based on specific search terms. So what are the implications for users? Well, in my personal opinion, I think that this actually creates a much better search experience. Let's take Google's example, right? So they've searched for what's better for a family with kids under 3 and a dog, Bryce Canyon or Arches National Park. From that, they get a very well synthesized AI result that compares both, gives a great answer, and even provides extra resources if necessary, all in one simple search. And how would we search for that currently? Well, we probably have to break this up into 3 to 4 different searches. First, we do 2 searches for different activities in each of those places. Then we'd have to see if the place that we picked is dog friendly. And while we search for all of this, we'd most likely have to dig through a bunch of content in different pages. This could take upwards of 5 to 10 minutes. With this new SGE experience, we have a great summary that's presented to us straight to the point with the ability to continue exploring with those 3 recommended results or the ones beneath, or even ask a follow-up question in a chat style conversation. Now, to the important bit, how would this affect us as website owners? Now, I personally think that the main thing is that this will most likely lead to getting less clicks, especially for informational topics. Now, we've already seen a massive chunk of informational keywords leading to 0-click searches over the years because of featured snippets, and this is that, but on steroids. So here's an example. Check out what the current featured snippet looks like for this search term. What planet is most similar to Earth? So we get this featured snippet down here, and even though it is valid and it definitely helps me out, maybe I'm looking for a bit more context, maybe I'm not satisfied with this result. So there's definitely a chance that I'd click into this result, or maybe scroll down and click into another result. Now, in comparison, check out what the result could look like with SGE. So it's extremely complete. We have a nice paragraph summary. We also have the 3 Earth-like planets, the differences in sizes, and if we'd like, we also have those 3 recommended results. Now, if I'm just looking for a generic answer, I'm not really looking for anything specific, this would definitely lead to a 0-click search. Now, let's take a look at another example. So this one's provided by Google as well. Let's say we look up plants for a dark room. We're gonna get this generative AI result that basically, again, takes up that whole page and is quite phenomenal, right? So we have all these different options that look quite good with the 3 recommended websites if we'd like to click into that, and as well, the ask a follow-up at the bottom. Now, in comparison, let's take a look at what that search looks like today. We do have a similar looking result with basically a list of all these different plants. If we click into them, we'd have more context, but I do personally think that the SGE result would lead to more 0-click searches. Now, I also think that affiliate sites will likely take a tumble in terms of their clicks, since with SGE, Google is now becoming the aggregator of aggregators, right? So currently we have affiliate sites that will do the top 10 best mountain bikes, for example, but SGE could potentially learn from your website and simply present the e-commerce links directly in the answer, as they've shown for this result right here. We've typed in good bike for a 5-mile commute with hills, and as we can see in the AI snapshot, we do get a small description of all the different characteristics that we can be looking for, but we also get a list of the specific bicycles directly in that result, and those links will most likely be pointing to an e-commerce website, not to an affiliate website that's reviewing all the different options. So this will also probably be the same for other type of aggregator websites like travel websites or local business aggregators, something like Yelp, maybe even TripAdvisor, and even Newto, the website that I am building in public. And the reason for that is that a lot of these local businesses will be selected by SGE directly in search. So here's an example of the SGE for a local search. We can see that Google is clearly putting a lot of emphasis on the specific business, right, on the restaurant themselves, and skipping over any third-party opinions. Now, on the other hand, I think that the actual websites that are providing the services or own the local businesses or products, so the actual original providers of that data, will now be front and center, since it looks like SGE might be bringing people directly to those websites. Now guys, does this mean that SEO as a traffic source is dying? Well, the first thing is that we're still extremely early in the process. SGE will be launching as an experiment in the next coming weeks. If you'd like to be part of that, then you should sign up to Search Labs. I'll add a link to the description of this video, and things will take a while before it fully rolls out. And it's definitely possible that the search characteristics that we're seeing now may get tweaked in the future. Secondly, guys, Google still wants websites to get plenty of traffic. So I remember that a couple months ago when we were first talking about Bard, everyone was talking about the fact that Google wasn't linking to any websites in the Bard results. So here's the video that everyone was talking about. We see that search term coming in, and in the result, we can see it being generated here. There aren't any citations or any links to websites where this data was taken from, right? So we're very worried about that because that would be a drastic cut in traffic for the top results. But with SGE, even though the AI snapshot takes a big chunk of real estate, Google is still including the top 3 results, which is a solid amount of visibility. And I'm sure if Google wanted to, they could have not included those top 3. And the reality is that Google most likely doesn't want us website owners to not be incentivized to get traffic, since that would mean that we'd stop creating content and the AI couldn't feed itself to generate all of these results. So websites will definitely continue to get traffic. And lastly, I think that the actual search experience can't always be summarized or synthesized into a few paragraphs or a few results. In the bike example that they showed us in the presentation, while the AI does successfully bring up a few relevant results, I would personally take a lot more convincing than just the top 5 results with different characteristics, right? And while the follow-up chat definitely improves the experience, right? I can ask more questions and filter those results. I'd want to read real reviews from people and compare and contrast all the different things that I was looking for in a bike. And that experience might not always fit the AI snapshot. So while the AI can be helpful, I think that we're underselling how much we value people's inputs and opinions on our choices, especially if they're subject matter experts or if they have real experience on a topic. I'd love to know what you guys think. Leave all your comments down there, and I'll see you in the next one.